It was just another Friday night. I swear if someone had told me that night would be the last normal one of my life, I would have stayed longer. It was just supposed to be drinks. Nothing dramatic, nothing heavy. Just me, Ashley, Marcus, Ava, and Tyler at this loud little bar downtown we have been going to for years. Sticky floors, neon beer signs, the kind of place where the bartender knows your face but not your name. Marcus was already halfway through his second beer when we got there. Tyler was arguing with the jukebox like it personally offended him or some shit. Ashley had her arm wrapped around me, laughing at something Ava had just said. Ava was telling a story about some guy at her job who tried to microwave fish in the break room and almost started a riot. "See, this is why I don't work corporate," Marcus said. "Y'all over here stressed about some damn fish. Hell, I just quit," he said. "You don't even have a job, Marcus," Ashley said. Now, Tyler was nearly choking on his drink from laughing so damn hard, and then Marcus pointed dramatically at Ashley and said, "First of all, rude." Ashley leaned into me and whispered, "Yeah, he's definitely texting his ex later," she said. "I heard that," Marcus said. The music was loud, the kind of bass you feel in your chest. Ava got up at one point and dragged Ashley towards the dance floor. They were laughing like they were back in college. I stayed at the table with Marcus and Tyler, watching them try to outdance each other. But the whole time I just found myself just staring at Ashley. You see, because Ashley just wasn't my girlfriend. She was easy, effortless, the kind of person that just made everything lighter. Ava came back to the table slightly out of breath, stealing my drink without asking. "Relax, I just want to stay hydrated," she said defensively. That's not water," I told her. Tyler was definitely drunk by then. He was trying to explain cryptocurrency to Marcus, who clearly did not care. Ashley sat back down next to me and rested her head on my shoulder. "Rate this night," she said. Solid 8, I guess," I said. "Only 8? She said. I would say Tyler's speech about digital money knocked it down 2 points. And then Tyler raised his glass. "You'll thank me when I'm rich," he said. Ava laughed. "Yeah, he's drunk as hell," she said. It was normal, that's the thing. No tension, no weird energy, no signs. Just 5 of us joking around on a Friday night. That wasn't until midnight until we all decided to head out. Marcus and Tyler were both drunk as hell, so we decided just to give them a ride back. Ava decided that she was going to take an Uber instead. We stood outside the bar for a few minutes, still talking shit. Ashley bumped her shoulder into mine. "You're quiet," she said. Just tired, that's all," I said. "Old man," Ava said. "Hey, I'm not that old now," I said. We ended up dropping Tyler off first, since he lived closest, and then Marcus. He leaned into the window before shutting the door and said, "Text me when y'all get home so I know y'all didn't die." Ashley laughed at him. "Get your drunk ass in the house." All right, he said. It felt like such a throwaway comment. Just Marcus being Marcus, of course. And then it was just me and Ashley in the car. The streets were mostly empty. She kicked her shoes off and put her feet on the dashboard. So, did you have fun?" I asked. "Always," she said. We pulled up to her apartment about 10 minutes later. She leaned over and kissed me. "Call me when you get home," she said. "Okay, girl," I said. She smiled, got out, and walked toward her building. She turned once, waved, and then I waved back, and then disappeared inside. And at that point, I was just thinking to myself, man, I wish I could have just gone inside with her. By the time I got home, it was about 1 in the morning. Shoes by the door, TV still paused from earlier, the air just a little bit cooler than outside. I tossed my keys on the counter, and I called her like I said I would. She answered on the second ring. "Hello?" she said. "Hey, you," I said. "It's about time you called me," she said. "Well, yeah, I said I was going to call you as soon as I got home," I said. "Did you miss me?" she said. "Yeah, of course I did," I said. I could hear her moving around her room. Drawers opening, closet door sliding, the soft thud of something hitting the bed. "Did you change yet?" I asked. "Relax, I just took my makeup off," she laughed and said. Well, hurry up and change, because I'm trying to see something, I said in a joking way. Oh, you're so annoying, she said. We stayed like that for a while. No rush, no tension, just talking and playing around. She told me her feet was hurting from dancing. I told her Marcus was probably texting his ex like she predicted. She laughed and said, I told you. I laid back on my couch and I stared at the ceiling. Tonight was really fun, she said, softer now. Yeah, I said. I like it when it's just easy. That's what she always called us, easy. We talked about random stuff after that. Her sister's birthday coming up, Tyler's crypto obsession, whether we should plan a trip somewhere this summer. Nothing too crazy. And then I was telling her a story about some stupid stuff that happened at work when she interrupted the conversation because there was a knock at her door. And that's when I actually heard the knocks. It was about 3 knocks. That's weird. Who the hell's knocking? She said. I took a small glance at the time on my stove. 1:18 a.m. Who the hell could that be? I told her. I don't know. It's late, she said. And then there was another knock. Much louder. A little bit more aggressive this time. She let out a small sigh. Probably somebody on the wrong floor or something, she said. Do you want me to stay on the phone? I said. No, it's cool. I'll call you back, she said. And that's when the call ended. I felt a bit uneasy. It was 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:18 to be exact. Who the hell would be knocking at her door this time in the night? I try not to think too much of it. Maybe I'll just wait for her to call back, but I don't know. I just found myself just staring at the phone for a few seconds before I went to chillax on my bed. And then 5 minutes came, then 10 minutes came, and still there was no call back. So I texted her. Hey, are you okay? Is everything good? I waited for a few seconds, and then a few minutes passed, and still no response. I told myself maybe I was just overthinking it. Told myself that maybe she'll call back in a minute. But she didn't. I don't know why I didn't drive back over there. But at the time, it didn't feel like anything. It just felt like a normal interruption. So, eventually, I went to sleep. I woke up late. For a split second, I didn't remember the call. And then I saw my phone on the nightstand. No missed calls, no texts, nothing. I was feeling mixed emotions. Annoyed, but also worried. And that's when it came back. The knock, her voice, the silence, the way the call ended just abruptly. I grabbed my phone and I called her immediately. It rang 3 times and then a voicemail. Hey, it's Ashley. Leave a message. Her voice sounded normal, just like anything else. Alive. So I left a voicemail. Hey, call me when you wake up, I said casually. Then I hung up. And then I told myself maybe she was just sleeping in. She did that sometimes on weekends. Later on, I showered, got dressed for work, checked my phone twice while brushing my teeth, and still nothing. On the drive to work, I called again. This time I didn't leave a message. I just stared at the phone for a second longer than I should have. It wasn't panic just yet. It was just off-putting. Like when a room feels colder than it should. Work was loud that day. Too loud. Every vibration in my pocket made my heart jump. Every time it wasn't her, I felt slightly annoyed for even expecting it. And by noon, I called her 6 times. Everything went to voicemail. So I texted her. Hey, is everything okay? Where are you? Some time passed and still there was no response. I scrolled up through our messages from the night before. Memes, jokes, her telling me that I danced like a dad at a wedding. Everything just seemed so normal. So why wasn't she picking up? I was thinking to myself. I sat in my car and I called again. Voicemail, voicemail, voicemail. Just over and over. That's when panic was starting to kick in. So I decided to text Ava. Have you heard from Ashley today? I asked her. No, why? I hesitated before typing back. Well, because she hasn't answered me since last night. 3 dots appeared almost immediately. And a few minutes later, she asked, do you want me to try calling her? I told her yes. And then I sat there, waiting. My foot tapping against the car floor. Watching people walk past my windshield like their day was normal. And that's when my phone rang. Ava called me. Hello? I said. She's not picking up, she said. Her voice sounded confused, not alarmed. Are you sure she's not asleep? She said. Ava, I've called like 10 times, I said. There was a pause. That's not like her, she said. No, it's not, I said. I looked at the time. My lunch break was almost over. Look, I can't leave work. Can you just, I don't know, go swing by her place or something? Just maybe knock? I said. Yeah, she said quickly. Yeah, I'll go. I'll call you when I'm there, she said. Thank you, I said, and we hung up. Relief washed over me for a second. It felt like action, like something was actually happening for once, like this was about to get cleared up. And for the first time that day, my hands were shaking. Later on, she called back, around 2:42 p.m. I picked up the phone very impatiently. Hello? I said. There was wind in the background. Yeah, I just got to her place. She's not answering the door. My stomach tightened immediately. Okay, I said. Yeah, I tried knocking. She's not answering. I tried calling her. She's not picking up. I tried everything. She said. I can hear it in her voice now. That slight shift. Not panic, but something unsettled. So, no answer, huh? Nope, she said. And you said that you tried calling her, I asked. Yeah, it went straight to voicemail, she said. I leaned against the hallway wall outside the break room, pressing my thumb into my forehead. Maybe she went somewhere, I said. I don't think so. Her car's outside. That hit harder than I expected. Her car? Still there. Are you sure? I asked. Yeah, I'm looking at it, she said. Did you try the door? Maybe try to open it? I said. Yeah, it's locked, she said. I exhaled slowly. Part relief, part confusion. Okay. Maybe she left with somebody. At 1 a.m, she said gently. And then that's when I felt it. Not full panic, but the edge of it. A tiny behind my ribs. Look, Ava, I gotta leave work. I can't take this anymore. Do you want me to stay here? No, just go ahead and leave. I'll take care of it. Just go, I said. Okay, call me if you hear anything, she said. And then I hung up. And for the first time all day, I felt angry. I was pissed. Not at her, not at Ava, just angry at the situation, at the not knowing, at the fact that something was off and I couldn't fix it. So I went straight into my boss's office. Look, man, I need to leave, okay? Something's going on, I said. He didn't ask questions. He just nodded and said, just go, like he understood. The drive to her apartment felt longer than it ever had. Every red light irritated me. Every slow driver felt personal. When I pulled into the parking lot, my hands were sweating. Her car was there, just like Ava said. So I got out and I walked faster towards the building. I tried to slow my breathing, try to stay rational. Maybe she's sick, maybe she fainted, maybe her phone died and she's embarrassed. So I knocked on her door about 3 times. Ashley! I knocked again, louder. Ashley! Silence. And then that's when I noticed it. The door wasn't fully shut. It was slightly open. Barely. Just enough for the frame to not catch. My stomach dropped. She always shut her door. Always. So I pushed it open slowly. Ashley? The apartment was quiet. Too quiet. Not messy, not destroyed, not overturned. Just still. Her purse was on the kitchen counter. Her shoes by the couch. TV off, lights off. Ashley! I walked deeper inside. Bedroom empty. Bathroom empty. Closet empty. No phone on the bed. No sign of her. I stepped back into the living room. Heart hammering now. This was not normal. This wasn't a misunderstanding. I pulled out my phone. And for a second, I just stood there staring at it. Because calling the police meant it was real. It meant something bad happened. So I dialed anyway. 911, what is your emergency? My girlfriend is missing, I said. And as I said it out loud for the first time, It felt like something inside me dropped through the floor. The police arrived faster than I expected. 2 patrol cars. Lights flashing slightly in the parking lot. No sirens, just red and blue reflecting off apartment windows. I met them outside. I don't remember what I said exactly, just that the words felt jumbled and too fast. She didn't answer. I came over. The door was open. My girlfriend is not here, I told them. One of the officers, older guy, calm voice, nodded and asked me to step back. Okay, we're going to take a look inside, okay? Just wait out here for us, he said. I nodded. I kept nodding. Like if I stopped nodding, I'd lose control. So they went inside. The door closed, and I stood there in the hallway alone. I could feel it rising in my chest, that panic, that pressure behind my eyes. I kept swallowing it down. Not here, not yet. Neighbors had started peeking their heads out, whispering. I stared at the carpet, focused on the pattern. After what felt like an hour, but was probably 10 minutes, the officers came back out. The older one looked at me. There's no sign of forced entry, he said. I blinked. My dumb ass asked, what does that mean? It means the door wasn't kicked in. No damage to the lock, no signs of a struggle. I felt my jaw tighten. So? She lightly opened the door, willingly. That word hit harder than anything else. Willingly. That doesn't make any sense. She wouldn't just leave in the middle of the night without her purse in her car, I said. They asked me to walk them through everything. What time I dropped her off, what time we spoke, what exactly I heard on the phone. And I tried to replay it for them. The knock, I said. She said it was weird. And then she went to the door. And before we could continue the conversation, she just hung up. I told them. Well, did she at least tell you who it was? They asked. No. Did she sound afraid? No. That part bothered me the most. Because she didn't sound scared. She sounded normal. The officer stepped back inside briefly, checked the closets again, looked under the bed, and when they came out the second time, their expressions hadn't changed. Well, nothing appears disturbed, the officer said. Nothing stolen, no broken items, no blood, no obvious signs of foul play, he said. So what are you saying? I asked. We're saying she may have left with somebody that she knew. At 1 a.m, I snapped back before I could stop myself. He didn't react. It happens, he said. No, I said quietly. Not with her. He studied me for a moment. How long have you two been together? Almost a year, I said. Any recent arguments? No, I said. Anyone who might have been upset with her? He asked. No, I shook my head. She wouldn't just disappear, I said. All right, so call this number if you remember anything else. Anything at all. Even if it seems small, he said. He took down my name, my phone, my address, everything down his notebook. And just like that, they left. No tape, no flashing lights, no dramatic scene, just 2 patrol cars pulling out of the parking lot. And just me standing there in the hallway, outside her open door. It was quiet again. Too damn quiet. I stepped back into her apartment. I looked around. Everything looked the same. Like she had been back in 5 minutes. But she wasn't. And that's when it hit me fully. This wasn't a misunderstanding. She didn't forget her phone charger somewhere. She didn't go out on some late night drive with somebody. Something bad happened, and I needed to figure out what happened.